Hello and welcome to This Week in Bobcat Athletics. I'm Vice President of Athletics Craig McPhail, and I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving. I know our Bobcat men's basketball team sure did. They've had a couple close wins, and it's been fun to watch. We partnered with the YMCA for a YMCA night last Tuesday night as we hosted the preseason ranked number 5 team in the country, Mount Olive, and we took them all the way to the end with a great win, 80-77. Chris will recap a little bit more, and we have LaPriest Lynch here today, who was the hero of yesterday's game against Brevard with a last-second game-winning shot. Folks, I think I've told you this every time. We're a fun product. Come out and watch. It's healthy, it's fun, it's entertaining, it's affordable. I think you're going to enjoy the loud confines of Williams Gymnasium, and I think we're going to put together a great product for you to watch. Bring your family out. Come share some time with us. See a little bit about what's happening with regards to our athletic department, our campus, and our community here in Banner Elk. Folks, stay tuned for a great show of This Week in Bobcat Athletics.
And welcome back to This Week in Bobcat Athletics. I'm Sports Information Director Chris Parker, here with Coach Steve Harden and sophomore LaPriest Lynch from the men's basketball team. Coach, we'll start off with you. You guys have won 3 of your last 4. Talk about the momentum you guys are carrying into December.
We knew November was going to be tough for us, and so that was one of those deals where we came in the whole preseason, talked about it from when we got our schedule started. But we've learned a lot. It's been a great experience for the road games and how we've had to be road warriors and battle and play back-to-back games, almost like tournament games early in November. So it's been great for us. Finally, we're hitting the end of the stretch of all those tough teams, so we got a couple wins and naturally beating Mount Olive, second time in school history. So that's probably the first time ever with a ranked team. So that's huge for us, and momentum to understand that's a big game for our program. But it's hard to look at it early right now while we're in the season. It's just a game. It's just a conference game, just like Belmont Abbey or the rest of them that we're going to play. So after it's all said and done, we can look back on it and see what kind of deal that was.
LaPriest, Coach mentioned you guys have been road warriors to begin with. How does that prepare you guys for the rest of the season? Obviously, you come home, beat a highly touted Mount Olive team. What was it like for those first few weeks just to be away from home?
The first few weeks, it was tough on our bodies, but as a group, we all expected it because Coach would tell us during the summertime about how tough November was going to be, so we all prepared for it mentally and physically. So it was tough on our bodies in the sense of us having to play back-to-back games, but I think we handled it well as a group because we have senior leaders that got us into the mode that we have to come to play every day and every game matters.
All right. Coach, you heard LaPriest talk about your seniors. We talked about them preseason. Right. Can you just talk about how Austin and Kendall and Cam and how they've just kind of meshed together and been leading the team so far?
Yeah, we're lucky. We got a total team, and buy-in is not even the right word. I think this is a total family. They really trust each other, and they get on each other, and they care about each other. And it starts with the senior leadership. Every day, one of those 3 is always getting us in the right spot, and it's all different things from off the floor to during practice or on the floor, just actually getting on the bus or how we act in certain ways. So they did it on the floor. I mean, I'm glad that they're reaping the benefits of the effort and the hard work they put in.
LaPriest, you guys played Brevard yesterday. Guys got up big by about 18, and then you end up hitting the game winner with about 1.8 seconds. Just talk about the ebb and flow of the game, and then just talk about that last play coming out of timeout.
On the flow of the game, it was at first we came out with the mentality that we was 0-0 as always. 0-0 is a score, and we came out really speeding, coming out of the gates really well, aggressive, and then after halftime we had a little letdown. But Coach had faith in us and kept his faith in the seniors and players even on the bench and on the court that we can keep the momentum going. And on the last play, I wasn't in the game for 3 minutes. So, and Coach always says, stay ready, stay ready. And when he said my name, I just was thinking something either good is going to happen, something bad is going to happen. I was thinking that the whole time. And then when the play started and Austin didn't get open, they double teamed him instantly off the screen. So my first instinct was go get the ball. And when I went and got it, I got to my sweet spot, as Coach Jay would say. Got to your sweet spot, and I shot it with confidence. And I knew it was going in when it left my hands. I just knew it, so I just got back on defense because I didn't want them to get a layup on the other end. So that's how that.
Can you talk a little bit about how Darius? I mean, you guys, like I said, were up, and then they took a couple-point lead. Darius hits a big 3, then a big layup. Can you just talk about his play in the last minute of the game?
Melmont stepped up really huge for us because Coach always says, be ready. it's a different person. We're 17 strong. Every game is somebody different that comes in and produces and gives us something that we need. And Darius came off the bench, and it was his birthday. Came and gave us a huge spark. And we appreciate him so much for that. And we're thankful for Coach Harden for instilling the confidence on all 17 of us to be able to make a good play.
All right. Coach, talking about confidence in your team, you guys have been confident from behind the arc.
Yeah.
5 straight games of 10 or more threes. I believe 4 of them you have at least 14. In your preseason, and I mean, kind of as the season's developed, was that part of like your plan, and just kind of like how has that progressed as the season started?
Well, my dad would actually say, because I was a shooter and Coach Jennings was as well, is that you naturally recruit shooters, and so Dunk Mountain is our mantra, but we're almost Shoot It Mountain, however you want to say. We're putting up a lot of threes, and finally we got to the program, to the statement that we got the players in that we wanted to do that, and we're luckily shooting it at a really good clip. I think we're 3rd in the nation in threes made right now, so that's huge for our program, and we do let it fly, but we're taking good shots. It's not just shooting it just to shoot it. We're doing a great job of making that extra pass to get open looks, and so that's helped us in getting the percentages, and definitely helped us win a lot of ball games, because we've struggled defensively in the paint with all these great teams we've played, and people are really scoring it in the paint on us tough, and we're working on that 2 days in practice coming up right now. But if we can keep making shots, then that's a great equalizer for us.
Laprice, like in most sports, you kind of have to have a short memory. I mean, you had 2 big wins last week and a holiday, but you have 2 tough games with Belmont Abbey here. Then you go to Pfeiffer on Saturday. How are you feeling? How's the team feeling? Just kind of what's your outlook on the week?
I think as a team, we are feeling very confident going into the games, but we're confident to the point where we're not too overconfident. We are still keeping a steady mind. Yes, we beat Mount Olive and Brevard, but we are on to the next one. That's our mentality. That's what Coach and all of us as a team, we all have that mentality, on to the next one mentality, so we can be ready to play the next team, because we don't take any team lightly. All teams, especially in this conference this year, all teams are good. All our teams are good. Belmont Abbey is way better than they was last year. And then we had to play Pfeiffer, who to us, the group that's in now is like a rival team, especially from what happened last year. We see them as a rival, so we just got to come to play, come to practice these 2 days, practice hard, work on our defense and our offense, and be ready to play.
All right. Coach, last question for you. The priest touched on it a little bit. Belmont Abbey's improved quite a bit, and then you kind of have that little bit of sour taste in your mouth from Pfeiffer last year. From a coach's aspect, how do you get your guys confident but not overconfident that Belmont is going to be a tough team, and then obviously to go back to Pfeiffer where your season ended last year?
Yeah, I think both those games are huge for us. I mean, naturally, I feel like any Conference Carolinas game is a rivalry game. It's just our league is so competitive and even that you definitely have to bring it every night. Most of our guys saw Belmont Abbey play live at down the road, just an app, so that was one thing that we was able to see them a little bit, so they saw how much better they've gotten, and also just the players that they've brought in. They're long, they're athletic, they got a really good basketball team, and so we got to come ready to play. But I think for the most part it's us. It's just our team mentality, just like Laprice said. We got 17 guys on the varsity program, and we're 15 strong for the most part on dressing, and it could be anybody's night anytime, as long as we can just keep pushing each other and keeping that balance going, and as long as we got 4 to 5 double-figure scores, whoever that is making us what we need to be. One thing with the Priest, just him making the big shot at Brevard, I think he touched on it. That was a huge thing. He said, I thought he set for about 5 to 6 minutes. I knew that he set for a good while, and it was just a feel that I just grabbed him and threw him in because we wanted the best guys that could maybe get a shot, and he did his job. So that's been our whole embodiment this year.
All right, gentlemen, thank you for your time. You can catch the Bobcats here on Wednesday as they host Belmont Abbey at 7:30, and we'll be back shortly with This Week in Bobcat Athletics. And welcome back to This Week in Bobcat Athletics. I hope everybody had a very fun and enjoyable Thanksgiving break. Not much was going on. As you saw, we talked to our men's basketball guys. They did beat Mount Olive 80-77 on Tuesday, and before beating Brevard 84-83. And as you heard, Laprice Lynch hit the game winner with 1.8 seconds to go in that contest. Very exciting. The men's team will host Belmont Abbey on Wednesday, and then they will travel to Pfeiffer on Saturday at 7:30 in Misenheimer for that game. The women's team fell to Mount Olive 69-65, the best game they've played all year. Alexis Ammons stepping up once again as a freshman, as well as Markia Stacy and Bria Forbes. They traveled to Radford, played a very tough Division I team in an exhibition on Saturday, and they fell in that contest. And they also, same schedule as the men, play on Wednesday and Saturday, Belmont Abbey and Pfeiffer. The cycling team will travel to Mars Hill on Saturday to race there. That's really all that we've got going on, and we will be back shortly with This Week in Bobcat Athletics.
Don't you think, Dom?
Yeah, they seem to be very flat-footed out there. All they're doing is setting picks for their point guard and then going back at the same thing again.
3-point good for Cameron Red.
Fast transition.
Good pass by LaPriest Lynch. Zach Wilma 3.
Great pass.
3-point shot by Keegan Crabtree is no good. Good tip in by Zach. 3-point basket by number 4 Austin Anderson is good. Tom. 3-point shot by Kendall Eisler is good. Good pass by looking to move the ball. 3-point shot by Austin Anderson is good. Gives the Bobcat. Number 3 Kendall Eisler has the ball. Good pass by Eisler to number 23 Cameron Red for the layup. First shot is good by Jonathan Honore.
More helpful.
Definitely. Second free throw for Jonathan Honore is good. Giving the Lees-McRae.
I think Lees-McRae is going to come out here and just block the 3-point shot. That's their best option.
Shot no good by Dontrell Bright. Lees-McRae with the victory.
It was a great game between both teams. Both teams hustled hard. Both teams gave as much heart as they possibly could. And it literally just came down to free throws and who could push the hardest to the end of the game.
I was thinking about Thanksgiving over the break as I got to spend it with my family and friends, and I thought about the lives of our coaches and our staff and our young student athletes who really, Thanksgiving is just a quick day for them. The Bobcat men's basketball players and women's basketball players were practicing over the break, and the same thing is going to happen for Christmas. And I think that sometimes we need to appreciate the commitment and the sacrifices those young people make as they represent the green and the gold. Oftentimes it's not easy with the delicate balance of maintaining a grade point average. Some of them have to do part-time jobs, but then they also have to compete. And in that process, they're dedicating their lives to a passion. And I think when you get to hear LaPriest and Coach Harden, those guys talk about what basketball means to them, you can see the energy and the passion about it. Folks, I wish that you could come out and see any of our young teams play. Meet our coaches, see what kind of incredible leaders they are, not only on the court, but in the environment that we have here in Banner Elk. They're great leaders. They're great role models. Folks, I'm telling you, Lees-McRae is a wonderful place to really develop yourself, not only as a young person, but as a coach. It allows you the opportunity to get to meet incredible people, do incredible things in an incredible environment. Folks, I just think it's a special time, and I say that every time. As we head into the exam break, we're hoping our Bobcat student athletes do well in the classroom, do well in their exams, and we're looking forward to a really bright 2016. The foundation's in place, the people are here. Let's get ready to have a great time. Bobcat Nation, thank you so much. Until next time.